This is going to be a quick demo of Essential Textures, which is a pack of 70 procedural textures for Blender. So once you have the texture pack installed, it's going to be visible to your asset browser. So I'm just going to split this viewport into two, and I'm going to turn the left-hand panel into an asset browser. Then from here, I'm going to select Essential Textures, and you can see that we have a whole bunch of textures here. They're divided into three categories. We have Organic, which has all of these textures. Then we have Patterns, which has all of these textures. And there's also some utilities, which include linear gradients and an easy edge mask. So I'm going to quickly demo how this works. Let's zoom in on one of these tools. I'm going to select it to select its material here in the shader editor. Let's go to Organic, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the list, and I'm going to look for scratches. And we have three scratch textures that progressively get denser. So I'm just going to choose one of the less dense ones. And I'm going to use this texture to modulate the roughness on the metal. So let's add a mixed color node. I'm going to define the base roughness of the material at 0.3. And then I'm going to define the scratched areas at 0.4. So they're going to be slightly rougher than the main metal. Let's plug that into the roughness input and plug the scratches node into the factor input of the mix node. Then I'll hold Control Shift and select the scratches node so that I can adjust the scale. And let's just make the scratches a lot bigger. Something like that. Then holding Control Shift, I'll reselect the material. And if I zoom in, you can see that we now have some scratches on this material. Holding Control Shift, I'll reselect the node just to take another look at the material, and I'm just going to adjust it a little bit more. And then I'll restore the material now that the scratches are at a better scale. I'll zoom back out a little bit because the next thing I'd like to do is to add some little dents and dings into the metal. So holding Shift A, I'm going to search for bump. Drop a bump node here. Then I'm just going to scroll down until I find the specks. And the specks are little isolated spots, perfect for creating this kind of sparse damage. I'll plug that into the height input of the bump node, and then I'll connect the bump node to the normal input of the material. Once again, I'm going to hold Control Shift and select the specs node and adjust the scale so that it's more to my liking. Something like this, then holding Control Shift, I'll restore the material, and you can see that we now have a little bit of damage spread around the mesh. Next, I'm going to add some color variation. So let's go back up to the top and just take a look at the dirt maps. Zoom out a little bit here. I'm just going to grab this dirt map and drag it in. Hit Shift A and search for another mixed color node. I'm going to select the main color of the metal, copy the hex value to the clipboard, and I'm going to paste this color into the A slot and into the B slot. And I'm just going to make the B slot just very slightly darker. Let's plug that into the base color input of the material, and then I'm going to take my dirt node and plug that into the factor input of the mix node. Once again, I'm going to zoom in and adjust the scale of the noise, and then let's just make the color difference a little bit more subtle so that it's barely perceptible. And you can see that very quickly we've added a lot of variation onto this metallic material. With my cursor over the viewport, I'm going to hit the home key just to reset the view. I'm going to select the ground material, and I'd like that to be a nice marble. So let's scroll down until I find the marble presets. I'm going to select this one, drag and drop it into the workspace, connect it to the base color input, and then holding Shift, I'm just going to adjust the scale until I get something I like. And that has instantly created a really nice marble pattern. So what's nice about using the asset browser is that you have these thumbnails, which give you a visual preview of the texture before you apply it. But you don't have to use the asset browser because you can actually add the textures directly from the shader editor. In the add menu, if you go down to the bottom, you'll see that we have our categories, organic, patterns, and utility right here. Or if you hit Shift A, all of these options are available here as well. And that means that all these procedural textures are first-class citizens. You can access them in exactly the same way as Blender's native textures. And I specifically designed these textures to be useful. They're exactly the kind of textures that I need to use in my everyday work. And so I hope that they'll also be useful to you. So if you think that this is something that you might want to make use of, head over to my store and grab your copy now.